Well, hello everybody, all you recovery rebels out there. Welcome to Lunch Break Live. Real talk about obesity, food obsession, recovery, and what's really eating you. I am Carrie Dela Cruz, a little bit frazzled. What is it about people that they feel the need? I'll be sitting here like all day waiting for a call, and they feel the need to call it like 28 after the hour. What is that all about? I don't get it. It's almost like, you know what? Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm putting vibes out going, call me, call me, call me, or something. And I just don't know. But, and that gets me frazzled. I need a couple of minutes to get my head in the game before I go online with the show. Thank you guys for being so understanding and so very patient. Listen, on today's show, we're going to be talking about the joy of recovery, which I get it. You guys are like, well, that sounds boring. That sounds dull. I'm not going to tune in for that. Like when I put the title out there, so many people, will ignore that. But boy, they'll really come and watch if I say, uh-oh, or, WLS is cheating. Or if I put like controversial titles, people will join me. But boy, when it comes down to the joy of recovery, how many people are actually going to tune in for that? If you ask me, I think that's what this is all about. I think why we work so hard to get what we want, which is recovery, I think it's for the joy, but maybe I'm missing something. Anyway, before I launch into it, don't I sound joyful? Do I? Before I get into it, you guys should know who the heck this redhead is. I am Carrie Dela Cruz, as I mentioned, but what you may not know, especially if you are a newer viewer, is why on earth I show up every single day at the same time, more or less, to talk about recovery. What on earth could I possibly have to say on the subject, especially if you think you know me based on how I look? Well, I'll tell you, I am a 2007 gastric bypass post-op, and I am living life in recovery from obesity and obsessive compulsive overeating as twice the woman and half the body. I am also a recovery strategist. And what I have determined that means is I look at the mechanics of recovery and I say, all right, what is it going to take to get from the sickness of obesity to the joy of recovery? What do we need to do to get there? And I help people to find a pathway. All right, a pathway to achieve what they say they want in life. And it can be so confounding and so complicated when you don't know what you're supposed to do. What is the first question you always ask? What do I have to do to get what I say I want? So that's what this show is all about. That's why I call myself a recovery strategist, because you know what? There is a strategy to recovery. There are mechanics involved, all right? It's more than just a feeling. So that's me, my very long-winded intro this morning. This afternoon. So, hey, happy Friday, you guys, for me. I mean, if you're watching me live here in the United States, if you are elsewhere in the world or watching me on demand, happy today. All right? The short weeks are always the long ones. When we have these holiday weeks, it's insanity. Everybody tries to compress, 6 days of work into 3. I did say 6, even though the work week is only 5 days. All right, let me find out more about you guys. Let me see who is here. And oh, I got to move my rubber band here. There you go. That didn't hurt too much, right? All right. Let me check and see who's here. All righty. Right up there front and center. Hi, Violet. How are you? And Jerry and Nancy, Michelle, Angela, Heidi, Mama. Whew. All those people beat you in today, Mom. I can't believe it. And Jessica. Hey, I haven't seen you in a couple days, honey. And Dave. No, we aren't. Of course I don't know what that means now. I have absolutely no comprehension because there's like no relation to anything. I said something and what? No, you aren't what? You got to tell me. You got to help me. Help me help myself, Hey, Mary Kay, how are you? Yes, let's celebrate the joy. And indeed, thanks, Nancy. All righty. And Mary, how are you? And Karen, you are my BBFF. My bariatric best friend forever. Oh, I'm so glad you made it. I haven't seen you in a really long time. All right. You pushed on the thingies, but it didn't work, Mom. Thingies would be the technical term for emoticons? Button? I don't know. Dawn, I'm really glad you're here too. All right. So here's what I want to know. What's the weather like where you are? I want to know whether you're watching me on demand or live. what is the weather like where you are? Hey, Cleo, this is the perfect question for you because you're over there in Florida, or Florida. So what's the weather like where you guys are? Is it hot? Is it sticky? You know, maybe you're in New Zealand and it's cold because, of course, it's winter or, winter there right now. Hot and humid. Kristen, where are you right now? You must be in the south if it's hot and humid. I don't know, actually. That may not be true. Raining. Angela, it's raining and Hades here. Jerry, I know, I'm with you, honey. I'm with you. It's ridiculous. Hot and 98, Violet. Like we're in Southern California. It's 98 out there right now, right? Beautiful, sunny, and pleasant temps, Nancy says. You guys got to tell me where you are. Nancy, you're up in Tacoma, right? And Melissa, hi, welcome. I'm asking everyone about the weather. Because you know what? The weather does not always bring us great joy unless we look for it. Kristen, okay, there we go. You are in Hugoton, Kansas. Hey, I'm working with one of my vendors right now. I was talking to someone in Wichita today. All right, and you are, Violet, you're in Gardena? Can you see me? Hello, I'm waving. Okay, now someone just walked by my office and he thought I was waving at him. No, but I'm in Gardena too. How weird is that? We'll have to talk. All right, Southern California hot, Dawn says. I know, you see, we're not used to this. We people in Southern California, we pay high, ridiculously high taxes. It just went up to 10% sales tax here in Long Beach. And they're pushing through a 50-cent additional per gallon tax on gas. Yes, I did say 50 cents per gallon. Additional. So that's in addition to the already 40 plus cents a gallon. We're paying like $1 in taxes a gallon for gas. It is obscene. So yes, okay, that's not joyful. I realize I've got to bring myself back. Anyway, Southern California hot indeed. We pay a lot of money, you know, to be a lot cooler. 95 in Fort Worth, Mary says. 85 in Westminster. You must be getting some ocean breeze there off of Huntington Beach. And you've got the AC on, Mom. And thanks for sharing the video, Melissa. Jessica says it's hot. And yes, you're in Tacoma. All right. So now we know where everybody kind of is, and you guys will, if you're watching on demand, I know you'll fill me in. All right. What are your plans for the weekend? That's what I want to know. Because again, this is a show about joy, and joy is a decision. It takes plans. It takes planning sometimes to happen. So what are your plans? Dawn says, I just love Jerry Brown. Oh, yay. All right. So anyway, this is a non-political show. All right, you guys, what are you going to do this weekend? What's on tap? What are you planning to do? Hopefully that will bring you great joy. Dying to know. You can fill it in while I talk. All right. And while you are providing me with that wonderful information, I do want to thank you. If you joined me, let's see, daughter's getting married next Saturday, so finishing up wedding plans. Well, congratulations to you. That's a big deal. You're going to the park with family, Violet. All right. That sounds like fun. You guys going to barbecue and stuff? Or, oh, I'm sorry, grill. We don't barbecue in California, right? Your husband has to work the weekend, so you're going to be on your own, but you plan to go to Curves tomorrow and take a couple of good walks over the weekend and enjoy the great weather. Right on, Nancy. Oh, that sounds fun. I want to hang out with you. And Mary Kay, your joy for the weekend is to have a sleep study test tonight and Sunday night. You're so excited. Yeah, we always sleep our best when people are studying how we sleep, don't we? It's like, don't watch me. Okay. All right. All right, so it sounds like you guys, you know, we got a mixed bag here, but you are going to find your joy in that, aren't you? In Long Beach. Violet, we are like totally, yeah, we're totally neighbors. I think we are. Steve, welcome. I asked everybody about the weather, and then I asked what you guys were going to be doing this weekend. All right, Covina High for the day. Not Covina High, like as in high school. Covina High for the day 101. Plans for today, Southern California Market Night. Tomorrow, Salsa Festival. Ooh, that sounds fun. And Sunday, spending it with your family. Ooh, that sounds fun. The Salsa Festival. Oh my gosh. You plan to do as little as possible, Dawn. You know what? When it's hot and muggy, I can't even think. I just can't even think. And the idea of doing anything is just like miserable. It's like, do I have to move? Oh, I hate it. Your joy for the weekend, Michelle says, is your husband is coming home from visiting his family in Mexico. You'll have to tell me, where does he go in Mexico? Where's he from? Where's the family from? We gotta talk, all right? Tenemos que hablar. Okay, there we go. All right, you guys. So before I really get into the heart of this is super duper important. This show, we've created a community here, right? I think you guys agree. We've created a community of very supportive, loving, compassionate people. We care about each other. We have a shared we have something in common, something that we share, which it could be struggle with morbid obesity or, food compulsion, obsession, maybe some sort of an addiction. So we do share that, and we share the struggles with how, coping with life in healthy ways, right? So I think we have created a very, very strong and loving community. And that is why I need to share this with you. This is super duper important. And all you prayer warriors out there, are you ready? All right. So before I start, very important. Please keep Jimbo Gravella and his wife Nicole in your prayers today. He is a frequent LBL viewer. I see him pop up quite frequently. And I learned yesterday that his wife had a tragic accident. I mean, it was crazy, and she is on life support today. Okay, it's really, really scary stuff. Apparently, she fell off the toilet, hit her head, and ended up face down in like the bathtub or the shower in water. So she basically drowned. She technically drowned in just that little bit of water because, of course, she was passed out. All right, and so by the time her husband reached her, because he heard the bang, he heard the thud, he raced to her. She was blue already. He is an EMT, and so he began to provide CPR, and then his sons took over in 911, they called that. The paramedics came, got her to the hospital, but her heart stopped on the way to the hospital. I mean, it's horrible. So she's on life support right now. So please, 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 all you prayer warriors, please pray for Jimbo and his wife, Nicole. She's the love of his life, and this is scary, scary stuff. It's a freak accident. Okay, so I realize beginning a show about joy with tragic news may not make a lot of sense, okay? But I think there is joy when we get outside of ourselves and think about others, find ways to support others through prayer, lifting them up, thinking about them, wishing good thoughts for them, okay? So that's how I wanted to start the show. It's super duper important. So I know he will really be appreciative to know that you guys are all supporting him. All right. So there's that. Now, we take care of each other in this community. I mean, that's what I love about what we've created here. So Jimbo, if you have the opportunity at any point to tune in here, please know that you have our prayers and support. And we are hoping for a complete and expedient recovery for Nicole. All right. Wow, this is hard stuff. Praying for you and the entire family. All right. Now then, on with that. Dose of reality aside, again, it might seem like a really strange transition to talk about joy, but because there's a lot of bad news in the world, right? I mean, all we have to do is turn on the news or turn on the radio, and all we hear is bad news. Wall-to-wall stories, murder, crime, death, politics. I mean, it can all feel really, really hopeless, right? We're like, I can't do anything. I feel helpless and hopeless, and I don't know what I can do, and then I have to get on the freeway, and I'm stuck in traffic, right? Wall-to-wall bad news, not a lot to be joyful about. So when we mix in the stresses of the everyday life, I think there's a pretty good reason for me to do this show every day, right? I mean, there's a lot of reasons that we feed the things that are eating us. That's what we talk about here, right? So I think it's time for some joy, don't you? We do focus on the hard stuff for sure. So this week, we have covered some really heavy subjects. Undoubtedly, right? Let's see. On Monday, we talked about recovery rebellion, right? A recovery rebel, which I thought was actually kind of fun. I love that, maybe we've decided that being a rebel means we are finally going to start doing things differently than we've ever done. We're going to stand up for ourselves, and we are going to join and create a movement for recovery movement. So that was pretty fun. We talked about that on Monday. And then on Tuesday, talked about independence and freedom of recovery. Very important show. Then on Wednesday, we talked about coping or noping. Do you cope or do you say, nope, not going to do it, I'm going to avoid? And then yesterday, we talked about the need for truthfulness when we're talking about the stuff that we have to cope with, all right? And this is where it starts to get joyful. I got the Recovery Rebel shirts done. And so those have been up since yesterday, available for sale. Super excited. A lot of you guys have already ordered them. And if you saw Live from the 405 this morning, you'll know I need to get your orders because I'm going to be placing the order soon, and I want to make sure I get the right sizes. Because once I order them, then you're stuck with whatever sizes I have. So if you want a particular size and style, V-neck, crew neck, right, you've got to let me know. And I got the price down. I thought they were going to be like $25. I got them for 20, all right? Plus the shipping. I can't do anything about that. I'm not Amazon Prime, all right? But all is good. And if you guys are local and in support groups like Violet, right, down there in at Orange Coast, or Melissa, Kathy Mitchell, Let's see, Susan McCloskey, who ordered 2 teas from me. Thank you very much. If you want to save on shipping and you want to do like a bulk order that we can just ship ground, you know, if it's further out, or I can deliver them or whatever, or Laura Van Tile up in Portland, if you guys want to order them and I could just do a ground shipment, we could save on the individual shipping costs. Let's do it. But I want to get my order in. I'm super excited about it. I cannot wait to wear my t-shirt. All right, so there's that. So it's been fun, right? That's a, what the heck is going on with it? Okay, never mind. Apparently, I had hair on my cheek at some point in time during the show this week, and that was like distracting you guys. You guys were just like, brush it away. Brush the hair away. You're driving me nuts. Okay, see? All right. All right, sorry I missed it because I was like really focused on what I was doing, and now today I'm really focused on my bangs. All right, so anyway, where was I? I'm a fart on a skillet. As I mentioned on Live from the 405 this morning, we haven't done a lot of laughing this week. I think that's really the essence of this whole thing. We have not done a lot of laughing. My mom said, honey, it is time to be funny. All right? People need to laugh. You're not being funny. Sorry, Mom. I apologize for not being funny. I'm funny that way. I don't plan to be funny. It just comes out. It just happens. But she said it's time. And so basically, you know, I'm not always funny on command. That's the problem. It's not like I can script funny and go, all right, insert funny here. You know, but I prayed, you know, I did, because God has a sense of humor. Obviously, he put me in front of you guys to talk about this stuff. He's got to have a sense of humor. Speaking of this, I know this is a little aside, but a real source of joy for me is me laughing at myself. Oh my God. Can I take my glasses off for this? Because you won't believe it. I have these hysterical stories in life about things that I have done that are just ridiculous. Ridiculous. And they usually revolve around my pride. Okay? Just when I'm feeling a little too good about myself, God makes sure he knocks me down a peg. Okay? One of my favorite stories, and it kind of came up this week because someone said, hey, you know, your tag's sticking out on the back of your shirt. And I'm like, yeah, what else is new? At least the shirt is, you know, right side out this time. How often have I gone to work and my shirt's inside out, or my bra strap's showing? I hate that. Or when I was like heavier, I wore my pants inside out and couldn't figure out why I couldn't put my hand in my pocket because pockets were on the outside. But that's what you can do with stretchy pants. Anyway, classic story. Got to share it with you. All right. I'm like 20, yeah, probably 20. And, you know, this is in the early 80s. Okay, I worked downtown LA for a real estate mortgage financing bank, okay, like for Security Pacific. And so it's not just a standard commercial bank. It's like high-end, big money stuff, all right? So I'm dressed to the nines because that's what you did in those days, all right? And I'm wearing the pencil skirt, and I'm wearing the, you know, black hose and the high heels and this fabulous blouse. Fabulous. Okay, yes, I had gotten it on sale. Okay, and it was actually not just any sale. It was like markdown, 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 clearance, sale rack. And in the store, it looked really ugly, like this hideous color. But when I put it on, it was stunning. It was gorgeous, and I had to have it. It must have cost me like $2. But anyway, it was gorgeous. And so I decided to put it on, and I mean, I had the 80s hair, big 80s hair. I had the makeup. I am looking like $1,000,000, and I know it. I'm owning the world. I get aboard the elevator in the parking structure, which is 4 buildings away from where I work, and I'm feeling good because obviously everybody's looking at me. And I'm tall, you know, and they're all looking at me, and I'm just like, eat it up, people. Eat it up. You wish you were me, right? Okay. And then some girl taps me. I kid you not. She taps me. Your tag's sticking out just like that, okay? Your tag's sticking out. I'll never forget it. And I'm like, oh, thanks. I reach on my back. It's not just any tag. It is a whole string of the markdown price tag, the mark off, the red pricing, the yellow tag, the red tag, the clearance, the mark off, and the extra buttons hanging down my back, okay? There's nothing I can do about that. I have just gone from hero to zero like that on the elevator, and all I can do is laugh. I laughed my makeup off. Between that elevator and my office, I laughed my makeup off because I realized how hysterical that must have looked, all right? Here I am feeling really great about myself, and my tag was sticking out to the tune of 4,000 price tags and some spare buttons. So the point is, some of the greatest joy I have in my life is derived from me. from laughing at myself. And I recommend it highly. Not that you laugh at me, but that you laugh at you. I think it's really, really good for the soul. All right, so there's that. Anyway, that was not on my list of things to talk about. Where did that even come from? All right. Oh, the point is I'm not always funny on command. See? Sorry, Mom. All right, kind of organic. But the next best thing seems to be discussion about reasons to be happy. Don't you think? I think we should do that. So, you know what? This is something a lot of us struggle with. I get it. We don't sit down and plan to talk about reasons that we're happy because we tend to focus on things that don't bring us joy, especially in this community, right? The scale, calories, things we can't eat, things we're upset we did eat, the fact that we started drinking every night after work and now we can't stop. We don't know what that's all about because we never liked wine. Or the fact that we have a shopping problem that started innocently because, oh, I don't know, things just started to fit and we feel good about ourselves and we can't say no to anything. See, we talk about that stuff. That stuff eats us up and we overfeed it, right? We return to all of those habits that, you know, might have taken a hiatus, but they're still right where we left them. All right, things that don't bring us joy, even though we think and hope they will. So we think shopping will bring us joy, retail therapy. We think getting on the scale, watching our calories, doing all of these things, drinking. We think all of these things will make us happy and bring us joy, but they just don't. Now, joy is not necessarily the same thing as happiness. I think that's number one, okay? And I am not like an expert at this, but here's what I'm thinking, okay? Joy is not dependent upon the outcome of something else, okay? It's a choice we make, a decision, a state of mind. So a good way to look at it is happiness is a feeling, joy is an attitude, okay? So in other words, you can decide to be joyful even if you're not happy. It's true, okay? And I know it sounds weird. I do, but it's absolutely true. So if you look at it that way, then you will realize that happiness comes from the outside, right? Things that maybe we don't have any control over, things that are happening outside, and joy comes from the inside. And since the inside is always there, I think you can depend on joy a lot more readily than you can happiness. Makes sense to me. So here's some examples of things that I'm joyful about. Ready? I like listening to music really loud in the car. I like to blast Rush and Led Zeppelin and ELO. And I play the same songs over and over and over and over. Okay, yeah, I can be really obsessive. And I do have... What the heck, man? I wish I could say this isn't true, but it's true. I have a Despacito earworm. You know, I just keep, like, the Spanish is just, like, hanging. It's, like, over and over and, oh, darn it. It's in my head again. Okay, anyway, I've got that. And I love to play air drums, okay? Not even on the steering wheel. Sometimes on the steering wheel, sometimes I'm just like, yeah, when I'm watching, okay, love it. Brings me great joy, all right? I also love to drive and dance. I do dance driving, okay? And it's something, I've done this forever, like since the time I had my convertible Jeep Wrangler and like the time I first met Juan, and obviously I played my music loud then, and when you have a convertible, the whole world gets to hear what you think is cool, which is usually 80s tunes like Paula Abdul. Now, or, come on, Never Gonna Give You Up, come on, Rick Astley. I played a lot of that too. So obviously Juan married me for my Jeep and my dance skills because I do this in the car. Yeah, baby. Yeah, babe. Brings me great joy. Does not bring him great joy, but I think secretly it does. All right. What else brings me joy? Making people laugh so hard they can't breathe. I love that. I do that to my best friend all the time. And I wait for her to try and take a breath, and then I make her laugh some more. Oh, my gosh. Love it. Love making people laugh. Makes me so happy. I love to design cool things on my computer. Of course, the t-shirts. Editing videos. Did you guys ever watch my gastric bypass Barbie videos? They're still out there. Fun. All right, doing this show, duh, this brings me great joy. Wrangling data. I am one of those weird people that I'm like, give me data, give me addresses and names and phone numbers and make me make sense out of it and sort it. And I do these amazing spreadsheets and I love to do crazy calculations and so much fun. It's like, ha, I won. I love the joy of wrangling data and doing spreadsheets. It's crazy. Making like Word documents look fabulous. Like using tabs and tables. I won. Okay, I love that. All right. Driving. Love to drive. Let's see. Going up on really high places and looking down. I love that. Oh my gosh. Some people are afraid of heights. Not me. I lean over. Woo! Does that scare you? All right. I like to ride roller coasters. Oh, it brings me so much joy. Such a rush. Okay. I do not derive joy from being scared. I don't like horror movies or Shark Week. Sorry, Mom. I also do not derive joy from pranks or movies where people get hit in the head with bowling balls and fall downstairs. This does not bring me joy. This, to me, is stupid. If it brings you joy, that's fine, okay? But don't expect me to be joyful about it. I hate it, all right? I do like to read books about time travel. That brings me so much joy just thinking about it, especially romance novels, okay? I like watching period movies like Sense and Sensibilities and Emma and Poldark, Aidan Turner. Oh my God, what a hottie. Okay, I love to ride my bike, especially downhill, and I am joyful when I spend time with my honey bunny, with Juan, especially when he holds my hand. I love spending time with him. That brings me so much joy. I just love it. And when he calls me Red, I love that when he calls me Red. And when he texts me things that I have to translate because he writes in Spanglish, it's so cute. Guess what else brings me joy? The knowledge that I am not enslaved by food obsession, because I honor my list, you know, my abstinence list. And eating them is just not an option because I know they're on the list. And I am completely free from that because it's not something I ever have to worry about doing. I just won't do it. It's just not an option, okay? I never thought I'd feel peace in my body, but I do. And oh my gosh, it brings me incredible joy to know that I could just put on jeans and they will fit. I love them. I have lots of jeans now. I never had jeans before. And I love being able to dress appropriately for any occasion or overdress, which I love to do. Certainly not today. I love that. There is such joy in just knowing that I don't have to. Okay, I do not have joy when my bangs, you know, fall into my face. But again, I got to get over me. All right. I like to stand up in front of huge crowds and speak. Oh, talk about joy. All of you people have to listen to me. I love it. Okay. I love the smell of the stage. That might be why I was an actress in high school and won the Best Actress Award. Hello. I love being at home. I do. I'm a homebody. I love it. I'm overjoyed. Here's a big one, that our daughter found an amazing 7-bedroom house built in downtown Long Beach in 1905. And she found a home where she feels comfortable. And she is surrounded by friends. A lot of friends. 8 people in that house. That is a lot of friends. Oh, and now she has hot water because they figured out how to turn the gas on. No more cold showers. She is very joyful about that, and I am very joyful for her. Because here's the thing. The things that bring her joy are not the same things that bring me joy. However, her joy brings me joy. See how that works? Amazing. And guess what? Your joy brings me joy, which is why I do this show. And whenever you guys share your joy with me, I am overjoyed. I mean, it makes me giddy. And I realize that that's an external source of my joy, but I am choosing to be joyful about it. So that comes from within. And what I want to know and what you guys need to work on this weekend is what brings you joy. And what do you plan to do this weekend to add joy to your own life? Remember, joy is a decision. Joy is an attitude. All right? So I'll look really super quickly because I am right there at the 30-minute mark, although I did tune in about 2 minutes late. So I'm just going to scan real quickly, make sure that you are all welcomed in, okay? Hi, Dorothy. And Heather, I haven't seen you in a while. I'm so glad you're here. And Stacy, I haven't seen you in a while either. I'm really glad that you're here. And Nancy jumped in, Nancy Weasel. Let's see, Tala, Jalisco. Oh, a lot of white people in Jalisco. That's why everybody speaks to me in Spanish, because there's a lot of güeros and güeras there. I've been to Jalisco. All right, we'll talk more about some of the other stuff out there, but I just want to make sure you guys all feel good and welcomed. And Val, glad you're here. All right then, and Susan. All right, I talked about you earlier, Susan. And Angela, did I already say hi to you? I might have. Call me crazy. And Carrie and Ray. All right, you guys, you're all welcomed in. You guys bring me great joy. I want you to know that. The fact that you tune in, that you spend your time with me, brings me great joy. And you know what? I hope that you guys will choose joy, which is why I end my show with that exhortation absolutely every day. So listen, let's do some more work next week. Before I sign off, a couple of reminders for you. Very, very important, all right? Consider becoming a patron of this program. Help me to continue to do this work and expand and reach more people. We've got to get this message out there, all right? So consider supporting the program by becoming a patron. Just go to carriedelacruz.com/Patreon, Patreon. And, you know, you could support the show by like 25 cents a show, 50 cents a show, or like $25 a month, and then you can earn a private time with me, private session with me if you want. All right, after 4 months. All right, so there's that. And then there's the Recovery Rebel t-shirts. I want to get those orders in because you guys want your tees. And I need to order them, but I need to make sure I'm ordering the right sizes. So please, if you want a Recovery Rebel tee, they're black, men's cut, available in V-neck or scoop neck. You just have to let me know the size. Everything from small to extra large is $20. For double XL and triple XL, it is an additional $1.50 on that. And then we're $6.50 for USPS priority shipping. Okay, that was the best deal that I could get on that. Send me an email to me@carriedelacruz.com with all of the order particulars. I will send you an invoice, and you can just pay through, I think, PayPal or a Visa or whatever like that. I just work with Square, all right? So please do that so that I can place the order, and you will get the shirt in the size that you want. If you are organizing this for part of your support group, get those orders together, let me know, all right, so that I can make sure and order the right size shirts for all of you. All right, you guys, I'm signing off right now. Thank you so much for being here and sharing your time with me. I have enjoyed it immeasurably. I will see you guys on Monday. In the meantime, have courage, seek peace, embrace joy, and above all, joyfully live your recovery. Remember, you can't stop feeding what's eating you. If you don't know what's eating you, I will see you guys next week. Share the show. Bye.